I am a carpet designer. I am the design director of Malene B, and we produce custom handmade carpets and also tiles. Well, I get so much joy from what I do because I'm doing what I love. I'm doing what I'm passionate about. You know, my purpose to do this business has always been to inspire people to live a life that's bold and to, be worldly. I was selected for an artistically talented program. And that is when I had my first opportunity to really draw and paint on a weekly basis. During my first year in college, I sold one of my first paintings, and that's where I thought about really pursuing my journey as an entrepreneur. Because I always knew I kind of wanted to do my own business and not necessarily work for someone, but not sure of what it was I was going to be making. And so I decided to start freelancing again. And because I made that decision to start freelancing, it helped to train me to be the entrepreneur that I am now. Because freelancing, it doesn't allow you to rely on a steady paycheck, the benefits. So, because I started my business in 2009, okay? So one of the obstacles, of course, was money. And I bought a house at the same time. And so I had renovated a house, started a business. I was very bold and daring. Of course, if I look back now, if I were to do it again, of course, you learn your lessons. But hey, I'm really glad that I did do it. But at the time, I really had to dig deep into my own personal skills. What can I do that doesn't cost a lot of money based on my limited resources? And I use my talent to network. And that is what I tapped into naturally to help to spread the word about my business. And I use that to help grow the business, essentially. Well, some of the biggest challenges in my industry are, it's a male-dominated industry. I'm female, as obvious, and I'm Black female, which is different for the carpet industry. So in the beginning, I always feel that it was building up the trust that I'm able to deliver. Because again, I was new in the industry. I'm 6 years in now, so of course I've built up, a reputation and the trust. But in the beginning, it was very challenging. What inspires my creativity? It's the people around me, it's the cultures, it's the travel. I'm inspired by so many things that people, overlook on an everyday basis. So I really am about bringing the stories of people from around the world and telling it to the world, in a sense, because I realized when I traveled, there were different ceremonies that may not happen here in the US, where it was interesting, and I'll give you an example. I was in India, and I went to my girlfriend's wedding, and I participated in a Mehndi ceremony, and that's where they use the henna to hand paint on your hands and feet. And I thought it was so amazing because the artists who were doing the henna, they had no sketch. It was all freehand, and everyone had a different design, but it was perfect. And we had this dye in our hands, and it would last for a few days, and I just thought it was amazing. I'm like, well, why not translate that into other objects, like products? And so actually it's one of my carpet designs called Mehndi, inspired by that trip. Do I have moments of doubt? Of course. I think every human being has them, but I think I allow myself the moment, and the key is not getting stuck in the moment. Because I think that's what happens with a lot of us. That's where that's our downfall. We get stuck in the moment. Because I think it's naturally to have it, and I don't think anything's wrong with it, because you do question. But then I say, well, it's good to question, but remember, you are equipped with what you need for where you are right now. So there's no lack of anything. And being an entrepreneur, it's not about a race. You may think this is where you want to be, but I believe that someone else hired knows exactly where you're supposed to be, which is where you are right now. So I use my own personal spiritual growth, my friends and family, whenever I have those moments like, okay, what am I doing? Is this crazy? And you know what? Having that support system is a constant reminder, like, Malene, you are on the right track. You just have to keep going.